you. Tell me what you're doing now, looking for something new. Come with us and we'll show you how to have fun and games. 1,000 different things to do with our fun and games. We're really exploring, we're really having fun. Riding the world, going round and round, something for everyone. We're gonna turn you upside down with our fun and games. 1,000 different things to do. A world of fun and games is waiting for you. Let's go!
If you like fun and games, this disc's for you. But you don't just watch, you play.
Alone or with your friends.
Indoors or out. All kinds of games from all over the world. The still frame lets you stop the action and then go ahead one frame at a time, whenever you're ready. Slow motion, forwards or backwards, lets you change the speed. In most cases, you have two soundtracks to listen to. Audio track 1 and audio track 2. And be sure to stop your disc whenever you see this. If you want to find your game again, there is an index at the end of each side.
It'll lead you straight back to each and every game on the disc.
And now, have fun! I'm heads. I'm tails. Let's flip a coin.
Flipping a coin or working your way up a bat are two ways to choose up teams and captains or decide who's it. Here are some other ways.
1 potato, 2 potato, 3 potato, 4. 5 potato, 6 potato, 7 potato, more. 1 potato, 2 potato, 3 potato, 4. 5 potato, 6 potato, 7 potato, more. 1 potato, 2 potato, 3 potato, 4. 5 potato, 6 potato, 7 potato, more. You're in.
Acca-bacca soda cracker, acca-bacca boom. Acca-bacca soda cracker, out goes. Acca-bacca soda cracker, acca-bacca boom. Acca-bacca soda cracker, out goes you.
I'm odds.
I'm evens.
1, 2, 3, shoot.
Evens.
1, 2, 3, shoot.
Evens.
1, 2, 3, shoot.
Odds.
1, 2, 3, shoot.
Odds.
1, 2, 3, shoot.
Evens. I win.
I went up an apple tree, all the apples fell on me. Bake a pudding, bake a pie, have you ever told a lie? No. N-O spells no, and you are out.
Done.
Bye.
Hi, I'm Bill Murray. How many times have you said to yourself, Betty bought a bit of butter to put into her batter, but the bit of butter made her batter bitter, so Betty bought a bit of better butter to put into her batter, and the bit of better butter made her batter better. Well, now there's hope for you.
Frisbee. It's fun, good exercise, and there are many ways to play. But before you get fancy, you have to know the basics. There are 4 main ways to grip and throw a Frisbee disc. The first is the backhand. This is the overhand wrist flip. This is the thumber. and the sidearm. Once you've learned just one throw, you can play a game called Speed Flow. Try to make as many catches as you can in 1 minute. Use the power grip for distance. You get a long throw by a quick wrist snap and the proper angle. To skip a frisbee, aim it so that the side edge, not the front edge, hits the ground about halfway between you and your partner. Freestyle is the most creative and beautiful form of disc play. It's a blend of gymnastics and dance. When the player lets a disc land on a fingernail, it's called a nail delay. It is the basis of top competitive freestyle because it helps set up so many tricks. Good players do long combinations and also quick throws and catches. They also do nail delays with both hands. Here Judy does a turnover and 2 chest rolls. Woof, my turn. Mark does a triple fake catch and behind the back throw. A fancy combination. A behind the head catch and throw. Another triple fake. Eric does an inversion, cartwheel, and final combination. A frisbee needs spin to fly. If your frisbee wobbles, you need to snap your wrist faster to give the disc more spin. If your frisbee flies off to one side, you are probably turning your wrist over. Remember, snap your wrist, never twist it. This is true for all the throws. Remember, grip the disc like a canary, hard enough to keep it from escaping, but not hard enough to crush it. Stand with your side towards your target, always keep your eyes on the target, and always point your finger towards your target when you release. Another accuracy game is frisbee golf. Try to reach a tree, pole, or rock in as few throws as you can. In distance, if you try too hard to muscle the disc, you could hurt your arm and you will probably throw poorly. Instead, concentrate on a nice, quick, smooth release. A disc will lose some of its spin when it strikes the ground. If you cannot throw a disc through the air without a wobble, you will not have enough spin to get a skip. Freestyle frisbee has competition for pairs, threesomes, and mixed pairs. Players are judged on the difficulty and variety of their moves, how cleanly they perform those moves, and on an overall artistic impression of their routine, similar to the category in figure skating competition. To get to this level of play takes time and practice, but it all starts out with the basics. Frisbee is also good exercise for dogs. To start training your dog, use the disc as a water dish. Later, play tug of war with it. Next, roll the disc along the ground for your dog to chase, and finally, start throwing short tosses in the air. Be a real partner with your dog. Be patient, make good throws, never scold him for missing. When he shows signs of tiring, stop for the day. Avoid working him when it is overly hot outside. Make sure you keep water handy. Always train your dog on a soft ground surface and warm up his muscles before exercising. Dogs want to please, and the more love you give your dog, the more he'll want to please you.
make your own piñata. Just follow these directions using slow motion or still frames. The shape of your piñata depends on the shape of the balloon you use. You'll need lots of newspaper strips to cover the balloon. Tear them 1 inch wide and 12 inches long. For glue, mix 2 parts water with 1 part white glue, or use flour and water. Cover the whole balloon with at least 2 layers of smooth newspaper strips. It will take the body at least 8 hours to dry and harden. Set it on a tissue roll holder so it dries evenly. Cut tissue paper rolls to make arms, legs, neck, or tail. Snip one end at an angle so it fits against the body. Make the head by crumbling 1 piece of newspaper inside another. Stuff it tightly into a tissue roll, which becomes the neck. Now's the time to add wings or a trunk or any other touches you want. Pop the balloon and pull it out. Make the hole larger so you can stuff the piñata with candy and tiny toys. Then tape it closed again. Cut and make fringes on 1 1/2 inch strips of lightweight tissue paper. Use the edge to glue the fringe paper to the body. Start at the bottom and work to the top. Glue the fringes in circles around the neck, legs, or tail. Work from the center of the body out to the ends. To make eyes, nose, mouth, ears, and other finishing touches, cut circles from stacks of tissue paper. Fold the circles in halves or quarters and fringe the rounded sides. A dot of glue in the center will hold many layers together. Use your imagination to invent your own ways to make lips, tongues, fur, feathers, or scales. Different color papers can help you create eyelashes and other special touches. You can even glue a bit of blue paper in the center for an eyeball. Now that you know the basic steps for making a piñata, you can make almost any animal in the world. Piñatas are practically Mexico's national toy. For children in big cities and tiny villages, Christmas without piñatas would be like our Halloween without costumes. But piñatas didn't start in Mexico. They originated in Italy over 400 years ago. People there used sticks to smash clay pots or jars full of sweets that hung from balconies and rafters. The original piñatas were used at any party at any time of year, not just Christmas. When the piñata moved to Spain, it became part of the religious celebration of Lent, a time when people prayed and fasted before Easter. During a special masked ball, people broke the piñata on the first Sunday of Lent, called Piñata Sunday. When the Spanish explorers traveled to the New World, they took piñatas with them. Instead of being part of the somber pre-Easter devotions, piñatas joined the fun and colorful Christmas festivities. Then, about 50 years ago, the plain clay piñatas turned into bright and beautifully decorated toys. People started using bright colored tissue paper to make piñatas look like carrots, roses, pineapples, even radishes. The new piñatas were so bright and colorful that more and more American tourists wanted to take them home. To make the piñata supply keep up with demand, Mexican companies started making them from paper mache rather than clay. Instead of plain clay jars, piñatas now look like bulls, stars, ducks, and other animals. Piñatas are almost never made to look like people. Today, piñatas in Mexico and all over the world join the fun at all kinds of holidays, not just Christmas, filled with nuts, fresh fruits, candy, even tiny toys and gifts. The piñata is a special treasure chest that's made to be broken.
Come with me on the journey of the circle, a brand new board game you can play with one or more friends. The object is to reach Belcaster Castle. Only the first one to arrive can become a member of the Circle of Belcaster, a society of mortals who uphold all that is good on earth. In the course of your journey, you'll have adventures with knights and dragons, monsters and serpents. Good wizards will help you reach the castle, but beware of the evil Dragar. Before you begin, you must prepare for your journey. Follow the special instructions on the next few frames. I bid you good fortune.
Have you ever wanted to make hand shadows on the wall, but you were afraid that you just could never figure it out? Well, here's a real opportunity for you to do it. Now, this is a dog. All you need for this is a set of hands, a silly voice, a wall, and a light. Now, you can use slow motion or still frames on your machine there, and we'll show you step by step exactly how to do this. A heads up.
Bend your index finger to form the eye of your wolf. With a little practice, you can make the eye move. For the swan, one hand forms the body and neck, the other creates the feathers and wings. For the rabbit, one hand forms the ears and body, the other hand forms the paws. Wiggle your fingers to make the rabbit look alive. Props like an ordinary cracker can really help. Link your thumbs to form the head of this bird. Move them and the mouth will open. To make a spider, link your thumbs and spread your fingers wide. This kangaroo has a baby called Joey. It's in the pouch. Curve one hand enough to make the camel's hump. If your camel moves at all, it should move very slowly. Use paper to cut out a jaw full of teeth and an eye for a crocodile. Your thumb will form the eyeball. Open your hand and keep your fingers close to form the head of the deer. Curve and spread your fingers wide for the antlers.
Hi, guys. Okay. How many of you have seen me play with the famous Harlem Globetrotters? You have. And now I have a new team called the Bucketeers. If you guys will help me out, I'll show you some of the things we do. Let's kind of gather around the circle, okay? If you want to practice along with me, use your slow motion or still frames.
The key to success in marbles is the way you knuckle down. Rest one or more knuckles on the ground to shoot, like this. Keep your shooting hand on top of the other hand for a heist. Try some glancing shots to the side using your other hand for balance. If you slant your hand forward and press down heavily on your knuckle, your marble will spin backwards or spin in place. Place marbles at varying distances from a backboard and practice for accuracy. Boss Out is a chase game. 2 or more players take turns shooting at each other's marbles along a course they make up themselves. The first player rolls a marble any distance, then the other players try and hit it. A chaser who can't hit the target becomes the chased. In Holy Lockies, see who's first to toss or roll a marble into a hole in the ground. Shoot the Shoebox can be played indoors too. Shoot from a starting line 5 feet back. Collect the same number of marbles marked on the holes your marbles enter. Ringer is the official game for marbles tournaments. Put 13 marbles in an X shape inside a 10-foot ring. You can use a wooden rack or your hands to set up. The first player to shoot 7 marbles from the ring wins. Start shooting from outside the ring. Once you hit a marble, shoot from anywhere. Keep shooting till you miss. If your shooter goes outside the ring, you're out. Bang is a variation of Holy Lockies. Put a marble in the hole as a target. The first person to hit the target 3 times wins and collects all the marbles in the game. To make Shoot the Shoebox harder, move the starting line back. Make the holes different sizes. The smallest hole is worth more points or more marbles. 2 to 6 can play Ringer, except in tournaments where only 2 can play. Marbles are placed 3 inches apart on the center X, and players must knuckle down for all shots except the first. Each marble hit from the ring scores 1 point. In some non-tournament games, the winner gets all the marbles the losers leave in the ring.
I made out of terry cloth.
Say there, are you a puppet?
Yep, I'm a puppet.
No.
Here, look.
Oh, would you look at there? An arm.
Okay, let me down.
First floor.
I'm called a hand puppet.
A hand puppet, huh?
Exactly.
Yeah, but what about those puppets on strings?
Oh, marionettes?
Yeah, those two.
Oh, right here.
Oh. Well, puppet mania. Look at this. But how can I make a puppet?
Just watch Craig and Olga, and then you'll see. Use the slow motion and still frames for what's coming up.
No.
First, draw my body pattern on paper, and be sure it's big enough for your hand.
Trace the pattern onto a double thickness of an old towel or any old piece of heavy cloth.
Pin the two pieces together and sew them up right on the tracing line.
A cardboard circle makes a nice mouth.
After you cut out the body, turn it inside out. Draw a line across for my mouth.
Only cut one side of fabric. Tape in the cardboard with small overlapping pieces of tape.
A circle of colorful cloth becomes the inside of my mouth.
And use plenty of glue.
Oh boy, now I can see! Blech, my tongue. Sew on my hands and buttons and anything else that'll make me gorgeous. Wrap the yarn around and around and tie it in the middle.
Ah, that's your hair.
Use your leftover scraps to stuff my head, but be sure you stuff it above my mouth.
Terry's alive! Alive, alive-o.
How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? A woodchuck would chuck as much wood as a woodchuck could chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood. That's common knowledge.
A familiar card game can switch from ordinary to extraordinary with a few fancy card shuffles. Be sure to use a crisp new deck of cards. Old ones get too soft and sticky for tricks. And don't forget to cut the deck first. You can use one hand or two. To make the bridge, make sure the edges of the cards mesh evenly. Bend the cards and push against the top with both thumbs. End your bridge with a fancy faro cut. With enough practice, the bridge can even be done single-handed. Try the hand-over-hand shuffle, moving the cards from back to front. To do the fan, slide your thumb and fingers away from each other in one smooth movement. You'll need a piece of cloth like velveteen or felt to do the wave. Start by fanning the cards out very evenly. Use one finger at either end to make the fan crest into a wave. Now you see it, now you don't. The cards are held behind the hand and bent between the index finger and the pinky. Use your thumb to pull each card forward separately.
Learn some stunts for 1, 2, or more. Use slow motion or still frames so you don't miss a trick. The split is a perfect stunt to start with. For the Arabian somersault or human tire, tuck your head under each time you roll. When you do the angel, don't let go till you both find your balance. The camel walk takes teamwork. The head stands up straight, the body bends over, and the hump holds on tight. Turn a handstand into a hand walk by taking some steps on your hands. Cooperation's the key to the Chinese get-up. Tuck your head under and arch your back for the two-handed walkover. Take one hand away to do the one-handed walkover. Hold it out to the side for balance. Once you master the backflip, try it with a friend. 3 on the bottom, add 2, 1 on the top, for the human pyramid.
Safety's first when you're doing stunts. Slide gently into a split. It takes a lot of stretching to get your body ready. When you're on top, push off with your feet and pull your partner's ankles. Let the smallest do the climbing. Keep flat as long as you can to balance your partner. Cover yourselves with a sheet to make the camel walk look real. Don't forget peepholes for your eyes. Once you learn to walk forwards, try going backwards. Keep shifting weight to keep your balance. Make sure your feet land one at a time to give you extra balance in the two-handed walkover. Extra steps between turns help you keep your balance. This takes practice. Don't let go of your partner too soon. Keep hands under shoulders and knees under hips to strengthen your back for the human pyramid.
Want to play charades?
It's easy. All you need to know is how to say things without using words.
Watch, and we'll show you how.
Before we actually start playing, here are some symbols that should make your guessing easier.
There are titles or categories that you might need to know, such as...
It's a movie.
It's a book.
Song.
A quote.
It's a TV show.
Oh, it's a little word like a or but, and, or the.
Sounds like. Same as. Opposite.
Lengthen a word. Lengthen a word. Oh, if you lengthen a word...
Shorten it. Future tense. Past tense.
In. Out. Oh.
It has 4 words. The first word has 2 syllables. First syllable is...
Right. If you want to listen to the answers, to what we act out, stay on audio track 1.
And if you want to guess the answers all by yourself, switch to audio track 2 and play along.
Let's play...
Ball.
Charades.
It's a song. 4 words. First word. Baby. Rock. Second word. Around. Third word. The. Fourth word. Circle. Circle. Clock. Rock around the clock.
A quotation. 6 words. First word, the. Second word, watch, clock, late. Opposite of late, early. Third word, flap, oh, bird. Fourth word, catch, catch, oh, catches. Fifth word, the. Sixth word, eating, apple, worm. The early bird catches the worm.
You read a paper today? Turns out that this Mr. C owned a saw and Mr. Sar owned a seesaw. Now, C's saw sawed Soar's seesaw before Soar saw C, which made Soar real sore. And had Soar seen C's saw before C sawed Soar's seesaw, seesaw would not have sawed. No, Soar's seesaw. So seesaw sawed Saw's seesaw, but the shame of it all and the real tragedy was to see Source-a-Saur just because seesaw seesaw. You know, a couple of 2x4s and 1x8s, just shimmy it, you know, it's back together again, see, but it's too late. It wasn't a big deal to get sore about.
This game is called Got Fake Eye or Airplane, the Chinese version of hopscotch. You begin by playing regular hopscotch or Potsy. Hop through the diagram without stepping in the square with your marker in it. Don't step on any lines or you lose a turn. For the last round in Got Fake Eye, you toss your marker into the space at the top. Bend over backwards or reach between your legs to pick it up. If your hand touches the ground, you lose a turn. Now claim a space of your own that no one else can hop into. To play English hopscotch, jump through the squares with the marker between your feet. Take only one hop to a square and don't step on any lines or you lose your turn. Category hopscotch is a game which doesn't use a marker. Start with the first category. Call out a new word in that category each time you hop into a new space. If you miss a word or repeat yourself, you're out. Apple, peach, cantaloupe, pear, cherry, banana, blueberry, watermelon, plum. Hop through the spaces in snail hopscotch till you reach the center. Rest there on both feet, then hop back out. Now claim your own rest space and write your initials. Other players must hop over your space, and you can never hop into theirs. Use still frames to learn how to play different kinds of hopscotch games from all over the world. The diagrams and rules are coming up right now.
You've got more fun and games, and you've only begun.
You're not even half done, because you're still on side one.
So give your disc a flip.
Yeah! Give your disc a flip! Yeah!
If you're close enough to see someone, but too far away to hear what they're saying, you can send messages in a code called semaphore just by moving your arms. There are some extra signals you need to know before you begin. I'm about to send a message. End of word. End of the message. Mistake. We'll show you the semaphore alphabet. Use slow motion or still frames to practice along with us. You'll find some messages to decode at the end.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z.
I'm about to send a message. Ready. Meet. End of word. Me. End of word. After. End of word. School. End of word. Send.
Bring. End of word. End of word. Ball. End of word. And. End of word. Bat. End of word. Send. What? End of word. Did. End of word. You. End of word. Say. End of word. Send.
Understood. I. End of word. Scratched. End of word. End of message.
There are lots of tricks you can do with a yo-yo. Use still frames and slow motion to learn how. To get started, tie a slip knot. Tighten until it's comfortable. Wind the string around your finger 3 times, pull your finger out, and keep on winding. The sleeper is the most basic yo-yo trick. When the yo-yo is sleeping at the bottom, turn your hand over and jerk to bring the yo-yo back. Here's the Johnny round the corner. Begin with a fast sleeper, rest the string over your arm, then pull the string with your yo-yo hand. For the loop, when the yo-yo is at the end of your string, pull it back. This is the rock the baby. Use 4 fingers to form the triangle. For around the world, throw the yo-yo in a big circle and snap your wrist to bring it back. Let the yo-yo swing up over the forefinger of your opposite hand to form the man on the flying trapeze. This is the Eiffel Tower. Use the thumb and the middle finger of your yo-yo hand to make the base of the tower. To make a Union Jack, grab the string with 3 fingers. Do this 3 times. Use the pinky of your yo-yo hand to form the base. Pinch the string about halfway down, then pull it up gently toward your mouth for spaghetti. For walking the dog, throw a sleeper and let it bounce along the ground. Master the basic moves before you try learning tricks. Learn more difficult tricks with your yo-yo just hanging. Do them slowly at first. Once you know the moves, add the sleeper. To be safe, make sure no one's nearby when you do tricks. Stay away from windows and breakable objects. Learn to throw the sleeper very hard so that the spin will last longer. You'll need at least 6 seconds to do most tricks and make the yo-yo come back to your hand. Make sure to put the string over your shoulder very gently. Otherwise, a jerking motion makes the yo-yo pop back over your shoulder. Twist your wrist inward as the yo-yo comes toward you. Turn your wrist back out to make the loops. Pinch the string 4 or 5 inches from the yo-yo to make the triangle. Let the yo-yo fall when your hand is near your wrist. Don't pull it back until it's out in front of you. Make sure the string hits your fingers 5 inches from the yo-yo. You're tying the string into a loose knot. Let it go slowly so it won't tangle. When you grab the string, pull it left or right, depending on which hand you're using. Pinch the strings as many times as you want to make spaghetti, but keep your hand between the yo-yo and your chin.
Up on a mountain, there stands a lady, and who she is, we do not know, and all she wants is gold and silver, and all she wants is ice cream cones. I am a pretty little Dutch girl, as pretty can be, and all the boys around my block are crazy over me. My father is a butcher, my mother cuts the meat, and I'm a little hamburger, yes, I'm a little hamburger that's rolling down the street. A sailor went to sea, to see what he could see, but all that he could see was the bottom of the deep blue sea. A sailor went to chop, to see what he could chop, but all that he could chop was the bottom of the deep blue chop. A sailor went to knee, to see what he could knee, but all that he could knee was the bottom of the deep blue knee. A sailor went to shin, to see what he could shin, but all that he could shin was the bottom of the deep blue shin. A sailor went to knee, shin, to see what he could see, shin, but all that he could see, shin, was the bottom of the deep blue sea, shin. My mother is a baker, yum. My father is a garbage man, yum, P.U. My sister is a movie star, yum, P.U. La-da-dee-you. My grandmother is an operator, yum, P.U. La-da-dee-you. You're a number, please. My grandfather is an engineer, yum, P.U. La-da-dee-you. You're a number, please. Choo-choo. My boyfriend is a statue. Yum-yum-P-U-la-da-D-U. Your number, please. Choo-choo, freeze.
Oh, Bonnie, 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 Academo Mustafa, Mustafa, fa, fa, Baba, ya, ya, ya. Oh, Bonnie, 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 Academo Mustafa, Mustafa, fa, fa, Baba, ya, ya, ya. Je suis un petit française, si belle que l'on peut voir, et tout garçon du voisinage est fou, fou, fou de moi. Le boucher est mon père, le coupeur est ma mère, oui, moi la petite côtelette roulant sur la terre. Dans la mer si noir, 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 un marin cherche à voir, 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 mais tout ce qu'il peut voir, 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 et sa profondeur, noir, noir, noir. Un marin va couper pépé pour voir s'il peut couper pépé, mais tout ce qu'il peut couper pépé, et la profondeur couper pépé. Un marin va genou, nou, nou, pour voir s'il peut genou, nou, nou, mais tout ce qu'il peut genou, nou, nou, et la profondeur genou, nou, nou. Un marin va cheville, vivi, pour voir s'il peut cheville, vivi, mais tout ce qu'il peut cheville, vivi, et la profondeur cheville, vivi. Un marin va avoir coupé genou, cheville, pour voir s'il peut voir couper genou, cheville, mais tout ce qu'il peut voir couper genou, cheville, et la profondeur voir couper genou, cheville.
My mother is a baker, yum yum. My father is a garbage man, yum yum P-U. My sister is a movie star, yum yum P-U-la-da-D-U. My grandmother is an operator, yum yum P-U-la-da-D-U. Your number, please. My grandfather is an engineer, yum yum P-U-la-da-D-U. Your number, please. Choo-choo. My boyfriend is a statue, yum yum P-U-la-da-D-U. Your number, please. Choo-choo, freeze.
Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Did Peter Piper pick a peck of pickled peppers? If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, where's the peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked? Huh? Huh?
Go fly a kite. Better still, make one. Use slow motion or still frames to follow along step by step. This folded kite is made from any heavy paper. Begin by making sure you have a perfect square. Fold it in half from point to point. Then fold each triangle again. Fold again, making sure the edges meet. And again. Cut off the tip, then the ends. Put 4 marks where you will need holes. Reinforce each mark on both sides with clear tape. Use a sharp pencil to poke 4 holes, then push the string through the side 2 holes. Tie the string securely with several knots. Attach a tail to the 2 holes at the bottom. That's what keeps this kite in the air and helps it ride the wind. Add any kind of decoration that tickles your fancy. And go fly your kite. The Oriental Sanjo kite dates back to the days of the Japanese samurai or warriors. Decorate the paper or cloth before you begin your kite. While your painting dries, glue 3 3/8-inch wooden dowels like this. Notch the end of each dowel very carefully to make sure the string that completes the shape of your kite will be strong and sturdy. Reinforce your kite shape with string. Cut your paper about 1 inch larger than your kite. Fold the edges of the paper over the kite pattern, using lots of white glue and glue stick for touch-ups. Reinforce 4 marks with clear tape and make holes. Pull one end of a piece of string through the hole and tie it around a dowel on the back of the kite at each of the 4 corners. Tie the 4 strings together in the center of the kite face. The Ben Franklin or diamond kite depends on 2 crossed wooden sticks for its strength. The vertical is 28 inches long, the horizontal 26 inches long. Cut your kite out of newsprint or another light paper or cloth. Snip the corners before you glue and fold. Pull 2 strings through reinforced holes at the top and the bottom. Tie the strings firmly to sticks on the back. Tie the top string to the bottom string at the front of the kite just above the middle. Add a tail with 3 or 4 cross ties to weigh it, and you're off and flying.
People have been making and flying kites for thousands of years. The oldest records indicate kites were probably invented in China about 3,000 years ago. Old stories tell that the earliest kites were used by generals to frighten enemies, by robbers to help steal priceless gold from a temple roof, and to carry harps that made music from the wind. Since then, kites have been used all over the world in all different ways. Spies and soldiers used them in China and England to help measure distances the troops had to travel. Kites were also used to carry noisemakers in the middle of the night to scare off the sleeping enemy. Asian artists created them as objects of great beauty. Polynesians used leaf kites to help catch fish and to worship the spirits of the sky. People all over Asia still fly kites to bring good luck. The higher they fly, the greater the luck. National holidays are set aside for kite-flying festivals in Japan and Korea. Some kites are as large as 48 feet long and are flown by 50 people at once. When kites came to Europe from the Orient, they were used at first in weather experiments. Then children realized that kites were too much fun to be all work and no play. In America, kites were used for scientific experiments by Benjamin Franklin to discover electricity, and by the Wright brothers, who turned a box kite into the world's first airplane. They were used to send signals during the Civil War, and even today are used to forecast weather and help perform experiments in outer space. Over all these centuries, people have created kites shaped like fish, animals, umbrellas, butterflies, and barn doors, decorated with palm leaves, flowers, feathers, silk, and sparkles.
Double Dutch is fast becoming a popular competitive sport, especially in the city. If your team is not around, practice rope jumping techniques and footwork by single rope jumping. Or try using one rope to jump with a partner. For Double Dutch, you need 2 separate jump ropes. The rope turners set the rhythm. Move your hands in small rotations in an egg beater fashion. These are 5 moves which are part of the compulsory routine in any Double Dutch competition. 2 turns right, 2 turns left, right crisscross, left crisscross, high steps. The left foot must touch the ground at least 10 times. Remember, most of the action is in your wrist, not in your arms. When jumping for speed, use a running in place step. Freestyle jumping combines all of these elements plus more. Add a hula hoop to your freestyle routine. In a competition, you'd be judged on the creativity of the routine, difficulty, and number of misses. It's a miss if the rope stops turning or drops, or if you take a wrong step.
Baby, baby, at the gate, eating cherries from a plate. How many cherries did baby eat? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. My mother and your mother live across the hall. Every night they have a fight, and this is what they call Icka-bicka soda cracker, icka-bicka boo. Icka-bicka soda cracker, out goes you. Mother, mother, I am ill. Call for the doctor over the hill. In came the doctor, in came the nurse, in came the lady with the alligator purse. I don't want the doctor, I don't want the nurse, I don't want the lady with the alligator purse. So out goes the doctor, out goes the nurse, out goes the lady with the alligator purse. Kick-clip, kick-clop, kick-clip, kick-clop, 100 times before we stop. And if we trip, as trip we may, we'll try again another day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I went to Arkansas to buy myself a saw. I never saw so many saws as I saw in Arkansas. Windy, windy weather, we all jump in together. Windy, windy weather, we all jump out together. The old gray cat is very funny. Here's the way he counts his money. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Teddy bear, turn around. Teddy bear, touch the ground. Teddy bear, tie your shoe. Teddy bear, that will do.
You can learn to juggle by using slow motion or still frames and practice along with me. Hi, my name's Garbo. Juggling can be fun, but there's a few things you should know first. You might want to start with scarves because they float to the ground slowly. Or you might even want to start on the ground with 3 balls. You can do simple patterns on the ground, such as a circle, but when you go up in the air, you need to start with this basic X. Now remember to use your head, watch the orange ball, and basically just keep your eye on the ball. You take the 3 balls, and you can work with different patterns. Moving from the simple ones to the very complex. But you still need to use this basic X. To juggle successfully, keep relaxed. You can work with a partner. Start your throw as your partner's ball gets to the top of its arc. Throw under the ball tossed to you. Catch the ball in the center of each hand and not on your fingertips. Once you can make up to 10 good throws, try a takeaway or a side steal from your partner. The basic X pattern stays the same. You just move in front of your partner and put your hands where your partners were. Keep in mind that finishing with a bit of a flourish and style is an important ingredient to your routine.
A flea and a fly in a flue. In prison said,
What can we do?
Let us flee, said the fly. Let us fly, said the flea. So they flew through a flaw in the flue and got away. True story. Actually happened.
Welcome to the world of palm reading, or what I call character reading. Everybody, look at your hand. The shape and size of your hand, the lines on your palm, the stars, the crosses, the triangles can all be used to gaze into tomorrow. For example, okay. I can see by your hand that you are a practical joker. I knew it. You too can read palms. Use the still frames to learn how. Right? I've got to hand it to you.
Do you want to learn how to tap dance? I'll show you the steps. Use slow motion or still frames to follow along with me. Then you'll be able to do our routine.
To shuffle off to Buffalo, you do a shuffle, hop, step to the side. A shuffle and a shuffle. Shuffle, hop, step, shuffle, hop, step. Flat forward, flat forward, flat forward, heel, heel. This is a time step. And then the waltz clog. Hop, shuffle, step, step. Hop, shuffle, step, step. Step, heel, kick, step, heel, kick. And turn. And step, heel, kick, step, heel, kick. And heel clicks, and heel clicks. Turn, heel, heel, turn, heel, heel. And heel clicks, and fall off the log. And step, step, and bells jump. And step, step, and bells jump. And shuffle, heel, heel, step, toe, hit. And step, 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 finish. And shuffle off to Buffalo. Begin with the waltz clog. Hop, shuffle, step, step. Hop, shuffle, step, step. Step, heel, kick, and turn. Step, heel, kick, and heel clicks, and heel clicks. Turn, heel, heel, turn, heel, heel, and heel clicks, and fall off the log. And step, step, and bells jump, and step, step, and bells jump. Turn and bells jump. Turn and bells jump. Step, shuffle, turn. And a really big finish, and this is the end.
Klondike is the most well-known game of solitaire. Deal 28 cards in 7 piles. Move any aces to a row at the top. The object of the game is to get all the cards from the same suit on top of the ace in order, from 2s to kings. When you can't move any more cards, go through the deck by 3s using only the top card. All unplayable cards go into a waste pile. The top card in the waste pile can always be played. To make more cards available, build down on each pile from kings to 2s, putting red on black and black on red. Move all these cards if the bottom card can build on another pile. Turn the top card in each pile face up when the others are moved. Only a king and cards built on it can move into a blank space. Your chance of winning is 1 in 30 games. To play Pyramid Solitaire, deal out 28 cards like this. Only completely uncovered cards can be used. The object of the game is to get all the cards into the discard pile. Turn up cards from the deck one at a time, pair them with any available card to total 13, then discard. Also discard kings. Put unplayable cards in a waste pile, shown here on the right. This top card can always be played. You win when all the cards are in the discard pile. Your chance of winning is 1 in 50 games. The game clock is made up of 13 piles of 4 cards each. To play, turn over the top card in the center pile. Put it face up, halfway under the correct number on the clock. Put jacks at 11, queens at 12, kings in the center, aces at 1, and so on. Now turn up the top card of that pile and move it under the correct number on the clock. You win the game if all other cards are face up before you turn up the 4th king.
This is a sad story. A tree toad loved a she-toad that lived up in a tree. She was a 3-toed tree toad, but a 2-toed toad was he. The 2-toed toad tried to win the she-toad's friendly nod, for the 2-toed toad loved the ground on which the 3-toed tree toad trod. But no matter how the 2-toed tree toad tried, he could not please her whim. In her tree-toed bower with her 3-toed power, the she-toad vetoed him. Can you imagine if she had an extra eyeball?
There's more than one way to run a race, and here are some of our favorites. First and foremost, the straight-ahead foot race. And they're off and running. This is the lemon push. You really got to put your nose into this one. In this relay race, each of these contenders must hand a lemon to a teammate without dropping it. The handoff and balance are the most important things to watch for. And here's the ever-popular 3-legged race. The tramp or dress-up race is a real challenge.
There's more than one way to run a race, even the same race. Here's how. Make a regular foot race a 20, 50, or 100-yard dash. Run with handicaps like pillows, tires, or beach balls. Instead of pushing lemons, push corks, balloons, peanuts, or potatoes. Turn the lemon carry race into a South American team relay race called Epichetas. Each team member carries as many nuts as possible from start to finish on the back of the hand. Turn a 3-legged race into a centipede race. Teams of 4 or 5 players squat behind each other, arms around the waist and front. Turn the tramp race into a suitcase race for couples. Pack each suitcase with outfits for 2. Couples must put on all the clothing in the suitcase, race to the goal, then return and repack the clothes. Add umbrellas, boots, gloves, anything to make it harder.
I'm Maureen McGovern. You know, there are lots of songs that are simple and fun to sing, and here are some you can sing and act along with me. Little Arabella Miller had a fuzzy caterpillar. First it crawled upon her mother, then upon her baby brother. They said, Arabella Miller, put away your caterpillar. Little Arabella Miller had a fuzzy caterpillar. First it crawled upon her brother, then upon her dear grandmother. Granny said, Arabella Miller, How I love your caterpillar. Oh, she sailed away on a sunny summer day on the back of a crocodile. You see, said she, he's as tame as he can be. I'll ride him down the Nile. The croc winked his eye as she waved them all goodbye, wearing a happy smile. At the end of the ride, the lady was inside, and the smile was on the crocodile.
Skelly is a street or sidewalk game played on a chalk diagram that measures 8 feet by 8 feet. Play Skelly with bottle caps, checkers, or any flat round object you can shoot with your finger. The object is to shoot your marker from box 1 all the way to box 12, and then into home, in exactly the right order. You can keep shooting as long as your marker lands in the box you're shooting for without touching any lines. If you miss, the next person takes a turn. Your marker stays where it is till you shoot again. The box in the middle is called home. If your marker lands inside the area around home, called no man's land, you must start all over again. The first player to shoot all the way from 1 to 12 and then land on home is the winner.
Skelly games are better when fewer than 6 people play at a time. Another way to play Skelly is to shoot all the way from box 1 to home, then come back from home to box 1 again. The first person to arrive back at box 1 wins. When it's your turn, you can aim for the next box, or you can try to hit an opponent's marker. But there are a few times in the game when this is not allowed. If you hit another player's marker while moving from box 1 to box 2, or while moving from box 12 to home, you must go back to box 1 and start again. On the return trip, if you hit another player's marker while moving from box 2 to box 1, or while moving from home to box 12, go back to home and play this half again. Any number can play jacks, just keep taking turns. All you need are jacks or pebbles and a small bouncing ball. Use 10 jacks to play the basic game. Begin by flipping. This replaces ones. In all games of jacks, you have to pick up the right number of jacks at the right time, without moving any others. In basic, do it with the same hand that bounces the ball. It can bounce only once. Your turn ends as soon as you make a mistake. Pick up 2s, 3s, 4s, all the way up to 10s. Do 10s twice, then go backwards from 10s to 1s. Play 1s only at the end. Play Squeeze the Lemon with all 10 jacks. Squeeze the lemon, pick up a pit. Do 1s up to 3s and back down. When you play Upcast, switch jacks from hand to hand on the extra ball bounce. Play with 6 jacks. In Grandfather's Clock, the ball must bounce the same number of times as the number of jacks you pick up. Use 10 jacks and play from 1s to 5s and down again. Be sure to start by throwing the ball up high to keep it bouncing. Play Strike the Match like basic, but scratch the jacks along the ground before you pick up. Play from 1s to 6s. In Over the Fence, the 6 jacks must jump over your hand like sheep jumping over a fence. Jack be nimble, Jack be quick, Jack jump over the candlestick. Play from 1 to 3s for Jack be nimble. The bride and groom went up the aisle. To play bride and groom, line up 5 pairs of jacks with an aisle in the middle. You can flip to see who goes first. The one who flips all 10 jacks for the longest time wins. When you're doing 5s and under, try to throw so the jacks spread out. This makes it easier to pick them up separately. For 5s and up, throw so the jacks bunch together. It's called kissies when 2 or more jacks touch. If you want to play an easy way, pick the kissies up and drop them so they scatter. If you want to play the hard way, try to pick the kissies up. The easy way to play 10s is to throw them lightly so they all stay together. To make Squeeze the Lemon harder, go above 3s and as high as you want, then go back down. If you're playing this way, bounce the ball higher to give you more time. To make upcast easier, keep the ball and jacks separate in your hand after you pick up. Grandfather's clock is easier to play if you listen for the ball bounce as soon as you pick up, then get your eye back on the ball. To make the game harder, go past 5s as high as you want. In Strike the Match, it takes longer than usual to pick up the jacks, so bounce the ball higher. Try to spread the jacks apart when you throw. Put your hand wherever you want for over the fence. Once it's there, you can't move it, so pick a good spot. Jack Be Nimble is easier to play if you keep the jacks much further apart than you see here. If you jump your hand from the far side to the side near you, it's easier. When you play Bride and Groom, it helps to keep the aisle pretty wide so you can move the bride and groom easily without hitting any other jacks. Keep the aisle close to you so you won't have to reach too far.
Dun 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 dun. Betty bought a bit of butter to put into her batter, but the bit of butter made her batter bitter, so Betty bought a bit of better butter to put into her batter. And that bit of better butter made her batter better. Her batter better. Betty's best batter ever. Thank you. Thank you so much. You've been so kind. Get Betty's batter butter, will you, please?
You don't need a ball field, bases, gloves, or even a bat. Try stickball. The perfect game, and you've got just a few minutes, just a few players, and practically no equipment. Turn manhole covers, curbs, or trees into bases and home plate. Find a stick for a bat, and play ball!